Welcome to a brand new episode of Views of an X podcast, and we have another guest, Ayanah. Where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Born and raised?
I was raised in Brooklyn. I was born in Belize. I was raised in Brooklyn.
Okay. Now you reached out to me. What was that? 2 weeks ago or last week?
I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
And randomly,
Mm-hmm.
and I seen you follow King. What's his name?
I think King Creator.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah.
Damn, I can't get his
He's
name right
definitely
now.
the one that referred me to
He
you.
referred you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why you did that? I want to know why.
No, not even that, because I think I seen his interview, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely wanted to get on one of these before, because I have a lot.
I forgot his name. I can't get his name off the top of my head right now. But he did an episode not too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he referred you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a reason why?
Honestly, I don't know why he was so easy, like, because some people be gatekeeping.
Yeah.
It's just like he was really. I don't know. I guess he felt like I had
a story to tell. Yeah, you
like,
reached out to me randomly, and I was like, I always tell people to give me a brief summary.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that stirred them away. Sometimes that let them give me a brief summary, because I want to hear your voice. I want to hear, like, it tells me, all right, they podcast ready.
Okay.
They have a story to tell. It gives me that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you sent it, I was like, all right, this is intriguing because there's a lot going on here already.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when I do, get somebody on this podcast, I check their profile, check their pictures and everything. And you're out here.
Yeah.
And when I mean out here, you are what do you call it?
I would say I'm an entertainer.
Entertainer.
You're
an entertainer,
a
yes.
nightlife enthusiast. That's what I say. That's what I call myself.
A nightlife enthusiast.
Yeah, because I do different things. Like either I'm a dancer or I'm bartending. Next thing you know, I'm a bottle girl here. Next thing you know, I'm just promoting a party. Like who knows? I like that. That's just like my type of speed.
In your summary as well, you said something about sex work.
Yeah.
And how it's hard to date men when you do this type of work.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
But then I clicked your links, right? You all out here. Like front and center. And I was like, all right, we got to talk about this later.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And in this relationship, you were 17?
Yeah.
And you're
started when I was 17.
23 now?
23 now.
Okay, so this is recent.
Recent, yes, but no at the same time.
Okay.
Because it's like I stopped really officially cut off access and contact maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
So it's like now you just watch on the sidelines, seeing what you're missing.
Was you still doing this work at that time?
No, I wasn't doing any of this. Like,
so he honestly, knew you when you was
regular square. That's just me.
All right. So that's the first question I had in mind. I'm like, did he come to play when he was doing this, or?
I think I would say he came back into my life when I was venturing.
Gotcha.
Weighing out my options.
I have questions later when we get to this. Mm-hmm. So who we talking to? Let us know a little bit more about yourself. You say you're from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was born in Belize. I came to New York when I was like 5.
Mm-hmm.
Been here ever since. I was raised in Brooklyn partially. I would say I left like 2012. I left Brooklyn, and my mom was a nanny, so she was working with a lot of like Jewish people.
Yeah.
And like we moved to Yonkers first, so basically we just moved to Westchester County because we've been there since. So I would say Westchester County is where like I have my suburban upbringing and stuff like that. That's where I would say the quietness come from, and it's just like most of my family was in Brooklyn, so it's like having to switch back and forth and like feel me on the weekends I'm in the hood and on the weekdays I'm in school with the white kids, and it's just like damn, like you can't mix the two, you gotta keep it separated. So that definitely was a challenge.
Now in this relationship, you said you had 4 previous relationships before this, but this is the one that stuck with you.
I would say I wouldn't even say that. It would say this was my first like
real relationship
ever, like real thing. I would say the relationships are probably after that one, but yeah, this is like the first person I could say I was super infatuated with, and like that was my man. Like, nobody could tell me nothing about that man, but it was just I don't even know why I was that obsessed, to be honest.
Really? All right. Yeah. So we start this by describing how this man looked, because we gotta give him a fake name. If he walked into the studio, how would he look?
Child, I regret it now because he was a medium ugly nigga.
Medium ugly.
Medium ugly.
But girls like that. I hear that all the time.
Yeah, but It's not like he was medium ugly and he had a little bit of money.
Okay.
It wasn't that. He was medium ugly and acted like he was the shit. And
So his
wasn't really
personality won you over.
um at first.
Okay.
Let's see, I'll describe him. He was, I would say, maybe like one time because I when I first started talking about him, I'm pretty tall, so I had to be like 5'9",
All right.
5'8" around the time I started talking.
Okay.
Um Tattoos.
At a
Definitely
young
had a
age?
sleeve. Yeah.
Okay.
I was 17, he was like probably 21,
Okay. Okay.
20, 21,
Yeah.
22, probably around that age. I know for a fact he was older than me.
All right.
But um tall, tattoos, he had glasses. He was like black and Puerto Rican mixed.
Okay.
Curly hair. He always had like a I want to say mohawk, but a top fade, like just how they have the sides cut off.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that shit. I don't know what the fuck niggas call it. Like I don't know. Y'all be having
Yeah.
the numbers and shit, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
All
yeah.
right. Half black, half Spanish. Let's call him Joshua.
Okay.
Like a Joshua.
He definitely would look like a Joshua.
that's what I'm getting.
That's the crazy part. He would not look like a Joshua.
All right. So Joshua, you gonna remember that name?
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting too intense, you gotta just remember that.
Just make sure you blur it out.
All right. Well, I will. Yeah.
If I get mad.
Yeah. Take us back to where it first started.
So we definitely started online dating.
Mm-hmm.
I would say around that time.
What app? Hold on.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was Meet Me or something like that. It was a purple app. Like
I wasn't on it back in like.
Just know it was a lot of creeps on there.
I bet.
It was a lot of creeps. But around that time, I thought I was grown. So
all right.
I met him on Meet Me, and surprisingly, I actually was talking to his friends first. And
this is in Westchester or Brooklyn?
I was in Westchester. He's from Harlem.
All right, got it.
So at the time, I would say I was probably like 10th grade.
All right.
10th grade high school. Yeah, I was in 10th grade. And like I met him online or whatever. I was talking to his friend at first, but we didn't even really get nowhere far for real. I think the most he got was my number, and like we chatted here and there, but we never got around to linking up.
Gotcha.
And then I was talking to him, and then I guess at the time, this is when Snapchat was, everybody was on Snapchat, so it's time.
Okay.
We exchanged Snapchats or whatever and Facebooks eventually. And like we just started talking. Everything was going good or whatever. This is crazy because he really demoed his mans. Like he really did. Like
you ain't talking to her no more. I'm talking to her now.
Yeah, right? Type shit. Like he was also like, I'm thinking you that nigga. Like he really wasn't though. But so I'm talking to his friend at first or whatever. Yeah, we started talking, and like I would say like we was chopping it up via phone, texting and stuff like that for a good couple of weeks. I would say a month.
Mm-hmm.
We would FaceTime here and there, stuff like that. The linking wasn't really a rushed part, but we were talking enough to where it was like, I'm fake catching feelings for this guy. Just talking to him every day. Like, feel me? We falling asleep on the phone together damn near. Like, I met his little brother through FaceTime and shit like that. I never really met, I met his mom, but I don't know. The bitch never really liked me. I don't know what her problem was. Like, I don't know. But you know how when, like, you're a mom with boys or whatever, you just get very overprotective.
Yeah.
And it's like, like you feel like they're the only woman that's supposed to be in your life. Nah, I couldn't. And, I don't know. She just did not like me. I really don't know why. But anyways, it became pretty serious. And it was like one day, I would say I was at my friend's house. I don't know if we had school or if we were skipping or if it was a weekend. I'm not really sure, but I was one of those. Me and that girl was always doing something. But skipped school or whatever, I think. And one day he called me talking about something. He was in the hospital. What the fuck? What's going on? Like he's sick, throwing up, like. It was crazy. Like he FaceTimed me, like literally in it. Like you could hear the machines beeping and shit like that. I'm like, what? And he was telling me at the time, like, he had really, really chronic bad asthma, and like I don't know, he was just had really bad body ailments. Like I don't know what was wrong with him. Like,
was he on drugs? Was he?
I don't believe so. No, the most he would probably do is smoke weed. We never really drink. We never really did anything. Like even to this day, I never really tried any
Born
other
and raised in
drug.
Harlem? Was he?
He was definitely
Probably the
born and
water.
raised in Harlem.
Probably the
Yeah.
water. Nah, I'm playing. I don't know.
Probably is that water. That dirty ass Harlem water.
Nah, I don't know.
Nah. I'm not gonna lie. Harlem water, you can't sleep on it because I used to have a friend that lived in a project and that shit used to be dumb cold.
Nah, the water.
Straight out the faucet.
I had asthma. That drink it healed me
Really?
when I was a kid. Yeah.
Ooh, see, it
So
healed
that
all
water,
your ailments. Drink Harlem water, y'all. It heal your ailments.
But nah.
No, but so he was in the hospital. All I know is me and my friend, I like basically forced my friend to come with me.
Mm.
We hopped on a train at this. I grew up in White Plains, so it's still easy access to get to the city. I can get to Harlem in like 20 minutes. The farthest I would say is Brooklyn. Closest Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Queens close.
Yeah.
Connecticut close. Bronx definitely close. But we hopped on the Metro North, got there, and I don't even think he was on. He's from the east side of Harlem, so at that time he was in a hospital all the way on the fucking west side. Was it all the way on the west side?
He wasn't at Harlem Hospital?
No, he wasn't in Harlem Hospital. I think it was St. Luke's.
Oh yeah, I know that's
St. Luke's.
Yeah. West
I think
side.
that's what it's called. Yeah, he was in that one. Yeah,
right.
He was in that one, and we was there. I was there for like mad long. My friend stayed there for the whole day or whatever. Like he was like that boy was really sick. Like I don't know. Like I ran. Like I've never got up so fast and seen my big ass run for a nigga so fast in my life. Like I really got up in there and left. And like it's so true. Like my friend was there for me the whole day. Like I had her leave me and I stayed with him or whatever. And I really thought I was grown. I'm over here doing shit in the fucking hospital.
What you mean?
Basically, we did what we did in the bathroom hospital.
While he was sick?
Yeah.
In the bathroom hospital?
He wasn't that sick, obviously.
And that was your first, like, link
yeah, like, seeing him in the fucking hospital.
What made y'all want to do that?
I was 17, he was 20, like, horny, like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know. Me, personally, I'm the type of female, like, when it comes to my man, nigga, anytime, anywhere, baby. We can, anytime, anywhere. Ain't no shame in my game. I don't care. Like, even if we in a family function and we got to sneak off for 5 minutes.
At
that's
the
what
hospital?
Listen.
He had the gown on with the back out? Like, what was happening here?
Oh my God, it's crazy because he dead did with his...
With the slippery slippers? Yo, what is happening?
The blue hospital socks.
Oh, the grippies.
Yo, bro,
those
socks just like,
those socks are actually good for sex.
I haven't told anybody this story in so long, so it's like now that I'm saying this shit, it's dumb funny. Like,
nah, he had mad grip though. That's good.
Listen,
and that was your first like official link
like,
up
doing
sexually.
Anything, like,
and he fell in love after that. Oh, you thought?
I thought.
Okay,
I definitely
but you fell in love.
I thought, yeah, I was young as fuck, so it's just like I was easily vulnerable at that point. I was. I guess I would say I was at the hospital with him for like a day or two. The second day, his mom and his little brother came. That's when I officially met his mom. And it's just like ever since then, like she just been like mean mugging me. Like I don't know.
What's his background?
Definitely more so black. The Puerto Rican, I believe, is on his dad's side.
Okay.
But I know they're more so black though.
Gotcha.
Like, definitely, it's giving like South Carolina, North Carolina black.
Got
like,
it.
They're definitely on the South side, but they're black. They're black. Met them or whatever, and it's crazy how at that point, I think around that time, his little brother was 14. He's like 22 now, I believe, 21, one of those. And his little brother was that nigga. Like, how was your little brother more of a real ass nigga more than you? Like,
how did you know that?
Because, like, I don't know. Me personally, like, maybe you might see it more so now with a lot of these young niggas. Like, they really walking around with bread. They making a lot and doing a lot more shit than niggas older than them is doing. But it's just like, he was really hustling people in his school. Like, this nigga was selling pencils, candy, all that extra shit. He was hustling. Like,
Harlem. That's
at
real
14,
Harlem.
like, he was... And I believe he was smoking at that 14? Age. Yeah, he was he thought he was a grown ass man.
Yeah,
he really did. But yeah, I met him.
Met the
he
whole
was
family.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, it was just really his intermediate family is not that big. It's more so him, his mom.
And it's only been like what, less than a month?
Yeah, I would say.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, things moved very, very fast. Definitely did. So, that was that, and I would say I was able to start meeting his friends. They all would come to see him at the hospital during visit hours or whatever. And I would say there's only one friend that I really clicked with. Like, he was a Taurus just like me.
Mm-hmm.
His birthday's in May. I think his birthday's like May 2nd, May
Mm-hmm.
10th, something like that. I'm May 18th. So it's like we automatically clicked off of that.
Okay.
Even to this day. And we
Yeah.
don't even fuck with each other. Like, we don't even fuck with the same people we fucked with.
Yeah.
Me and him, like, we always
That's
click.
dope.
Like,
Yeah.
so it was like, and then there was just one other friend, is some super duper Puerto Rican nigga, like super Spanish, like tattoos and everything. You could tell, like, bitches was easily giving up. Like, you could just tell he was a fuckboy. Like, that was just him. But he was weird. Like, he was the type of nigga to go back and be like, "That's who you fucking?" Like, you know, you could do better than that type shit. Like, yeah, Joshua. To him. So it was just like, and at that point, Joshua was the type of nigga he wanted to impress his friends.
Gotcha.
Like, he cared about what his friends thinks. He'll go along with it and shit like that or whatever. And like finding out, I guess, because my friend ended up coming back to link me the next day, at the hospital, the one that went with me to go see him. She came back, and I guess I walked away or something like that. I think I went to the bathroom or something, and then next thing you know, like, I would say further down the line in the relationship, once it started, like, I would say failing, I would say, was when she told me, like, yeah, like, that nigga would dead ass talk about you in front of with his friends and all that. I'm like, word? Like, that's wicked. Like,
well, we gonna get there.
Yeah.
Once he left the hospital, y'all made it official? I
would say, yeah.
How did that happen?
It wasn't really verbalized. It was more of as like, well, obviously, I'm the only person you fucking. I'm only fucking you.
How did you know that though?
I don't know. Like, it just, I would say, like, maybe it was just me being delusional. Because, like I said, I'm really, like, talking about it now. I'm really thinking about it, like, damn, I really was fucking, like, not there mentally at that time. Like, but yeah, like, I'll say yeah after the hospital.
So it wasn't like said like, all right, you my girlfriend.
It wasn't.
With this our anniversary date, it was nothing.
Mm-mm.
So in your head, that was your man.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So how was he moving?
He was moving like, at least with me in my eyes in front of me, he was moving regular. Like,
at that time, was y'all going on like dates? I know, like 42nd Street or the mall.
Probably 42nd.
He'll take you to 42nd.
Probably 42nd. Yeah.
With his friends?
Really. Sometimes.
Okay,
like, most of the time, like, at that point, like, around that time, I didn't really give a fuck about dates and shit like that. Like, it was more something like, oh, as long as I'm with my man, like, we could be smoking, chilling, doing whatever. Like, I was really humble. Like, I didn't care what we do as long as I'm with the person I fuck with. Like, that's just, I've always been like that, even to this day. Like, spending money isn't really a necessity to me. At least when it comes to, like, the first couple of dates, it should be about getting to know that person. So it's like, we could just do simple thing, and we didn't really have money like that at the time. So it was just like, well, we both smoke weed, we all do. So let's go get high and talk about shit. I don't fucking know.
How would
like,
you
go
get the
to
weed?
the water.
He had a job.
At that time, I think he was. At the time, I think he was working at the Mets Stadium.
Okay, yeah.
Doing janitorial work, but he lost that because his stupid ass decided he wanted to go steal out the fucking register. But
so you had you a hood nigga.
He thought he was a hood nigga.
Okay. He ain't know himself.
He was pussy. He was pussy. Definitely pussy. He really thought he was a hood nigga. Like, no funny shit. It was just like, ugh. But
so most of your time would be hanging out at his crib?
Would be either at his crib, if his mom liked me that day and decided to let me.
If she liked you that day?
Yeah, and decided to actually let me in the crib. Or most of the time we would be his friends. Like, at that time it was just like, if you're from New York, you know, like, you all siphon with your friends. Y'all all had a little $5. All right, boom, we all put our money together. We're gonna get some weed. We all gonna roll up. We all gonna go.
It's gotta be some cheap weed.
At that time, I'm not gonna lie, $20 would take you a long way with some good weed. The weed of how it is now is not like how it was back then. I promise you. Niggas don't know nothing about them. Yes, $20. Like, back then, the red and yellow baggies used to have a nigga fried for hours. Like, you feel like you feel like you're fucking, like, on, like, a whole different fucking planet. Like, the weed is not like that.
And that used to hold down you, him, and the friends.
Like, as long as if it was like, say for instance, it was like 8 of us.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. I should get more than one $20
I mean, obviously we did, but it would be like, all right, well, 3 of us, we all got $20 put together, and 3 of y'all got $20 put together, and like, all right, y'all 2, y'all can get your own shit at that point. We basically would just It all depends on how many people had in their pockets. Niggas don't know about 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's how
I
we used
wasn't a
to say
smoker,
back
so
then.
this is like new to me.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
Back then, no.
yeah.
This was hard to say, like probably 2017, 2018.
I didn't smoke. I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
Like if you get past, I might take a pull, but
okay.
to go 5, 5, 5, 10, I might just buy the whole. Like,
yeah,
yo,
at that point, like, yeah,
niggas ain't have money like that.
I'm telling you, but I'm telling you, even when you was smoking by yourself, if you was someone that didn't smoke that much, like $20 will take you a long way.
Gotcha.
Like weed is not like how it is back then. Like now it's sprayed and
I'm scared. Yeah, I hear a whole bunch of stories. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not the same. Like now you got to pay $50, $60 just to get an eighth now. Like nah. Eighth back then used to be 20, 25, probably the most 30 you was spending on the eighth. Other than that, nigga, what the fuck you need $50? Now it's like, damn, if I want to get some good weed and actually get high and have it last for me, I gotta spend that type of money on it. Like, so it's like the weed that
so
we
now
used to
you
get
buy
high,
at the little dispensaries.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't trust.
those,
I wouldn't trust.
It depends, cause like a lot of things be blocked to me, or I'll smoke things that I wouldn't get high.
Yeah, I got you.
So it's like it depends. Like it depends on the weed and how much I spent on it. Because I definitely found weed before that was $25 and it was some gas, and it was definitely
this is like over my head gas.
Like it was good weed.
Oh,
it was
got it.
Or I definitely spent $50 on weed and it was trash, and I just spent $50 for what? Like, feel me? So it all depends. It depends who you go to, who got what, where got what. It all depends.
So if I'm walking down the block, right, and I see a dude, he be like, I got that. Do I trust him or do I not trust him?
It depends, because what you mean you got
what's the look? Like, what's the look?
Like, I don't know, like, you could just tell, like, nowadays, niggas walk around with them big-ass weed bags.
And like PlayStation CD, like controllers and all,
all that. different shit. Like, you could just tell, or a lot of dispensaries and smoke shops and stuff like that, they be selling it. Or back then, niggas used to be like, yo, sour. They be
you
like,
just gotta trust how they look?
Not even that. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, when back then, like, the plugs, because, you know, it was illegal back then. So back then, the plugs was, if you know, you know. Like, feel me? Somebody would tell you, like, oh, this the plug, he got this, or whatever. You can go to him.
Yeah.
And that's how you would find out about different weed dealers and be like, oh, yeah, he got weed. Or, like, if somebody would tell you. Nowadays, you can find anybody. You go on Instagram, somebody be like, yeah, I sell weed. I got this.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it.
I
just know when I used to go home, I got that. I got that purple. I got this. I'm like, I don't smoke.
It's not the same.
Got it.
Not the same at all.
So that was y'all thing.
Yeah, like we all get high, whatever, probably drink and stuff like that. I wasn't really a big drinker back then, so it was just like I didn't care about drinking. I was definitely more of a smoker.
All right.
That was just our thing, like recreational use. Bonded over that with just stupid shit, childish shit. Probably go to the park and act like fucking kids.
Yeah.
At that time, we used to go to the Harlem River a lot to chill by the Harlem River.
Yeah. Like Riverside Park over there.
Yeah. Type shit.
Kids still go over there. That's dope. Yeah. As a youngin', that's dope.
So it was like things were
simple.
Okay. I was still in high school, so it was just like I was really much I could do. And believe it or not, I was getting in trouble fucking around with him because like I have a very strict Caribbean mom.
Okay.
So it was
you Jamaican?
I'm Belizean.
No, you said that.
So
all right.
I would be skipping school to go see him, or I would be like sneaking out in my house in the middle of the night to go all the way to Harlem, catch that last train, 12 o'clock, go see him. Like,
oh, you were stuck.
I was doing a lot to the point where I ended up in fucking juvenile, fucking running around. Like, cause at that time, like I know Westchester County is a little bit different from New York State, New York City. But at the time in the school system, if you get seen that you're truant a lot, or your parents call and be like, oh, like, what can I do? I have an unruly teenager. You can go to family court and get something called a PINS, which is a person in need of supervision. And at that time, like, I really didn't understand why my mom did it at the time, now that I'm older. But it's like, I'm her only girl. She only got 2 kids. She's a single mom. I'm wilding out. What the fuck can she really do? So at that point, it was her really reaching out for help. Like, I have a really unruly teenager. Like, what am I doing? Like, so I guess, like, I think it was one of her friends.
Yeah.
Worked with a lot of, like, when it comes to, like, foster homes, states, stuff like that. She told her about the PINS. My mom took it upon herself, and she's like, well, they slapped me with that.
And you went to juvenile detention.
I would say it was called Children's Village. So Children's Village is like a lot of kids that been in group homes and foster homes. A lot of them would know what it is, but it's technically an all boys campus, but they have a specialized part in there called FCAP, which is Family Court Assistance Program.
Gotcha.
So say for instance, All right. Say for instance, when I got put on the PIS petition, basically I had a probation officer. I had to be home at a certain time. I couldn't smoke. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I
So
didn't
you're 20,
give
like, you
a
were just watching people
I
pass. You couldn't
didn't give
smoke.
a fuck
You were
about
still
that.
doing it?
Yes, I did not care. I didn't care. I did not care. Like, I had to go to school. Like, at first, after a while, I was following at first because I remember one time, like, I think I went to go see him and I tried to come back home. And my
Yeah.
mom was on some, you're not coming back in my house. You grown, right? Two grown women can't stay in the house.
Oh
So,
wow.
feel me? And
Kicked your
that's
ass
really a
out.
true statement, but she couldn't really do it. I was a minor, so it's just
Yeah.
like, so I'm trying to tell her that she's like, I don't know. I think somebody told me that, so that's what I took it and ran with it. And I was like, well, she can't kick me out the house. I'm a minor. She can't kick me out the house. I'm a minor. So she was like, oh, the only way I'm gonna let you back in this house is if you bring the cops and they tell me I have to bring you in.
Oh,
So
she was done with you.
yeah, I did that. I did that. I had to walk to be like, yeah, I'm 17. I'm trying to get back in my house. Mom's not letting me in. So she was like, they had to come. They walked with me home, or they gave me a ride home, and they said, like, Miss, you can't kick her out. She's a minor. And I think that they're the ones that really told her, like, well, if you trying to get some control of the situation, put her on the pins.
Oh.
And mind you, it wasn't even because I was bad for real. I just wanted to be outside. Like, I wanted to be doing what the other kids was doing, and my mom was she's so strict, and I was her only girl. So it's like she more so was trying to protect me. Maybe she didn't do it the right way, but because of like I think back then too, like they used to have like a thing called tea night, and like they used to like shut down the main club, like, and they used to open it from like 6 or 7 to like 11 just for teenagers,
Gotcha.
specifically for like middle schoolers, high schoolers, or whatever. You know, they'll party, have fun, and shit like that. My mom used to never even let me go to those shits. Like, mind you, it'll be with other kids. I couldn't even be at the park late night like other kids used to be.
She must have seen something and you was like, nah, this girl bad. Because
Oh,
mamas be knowing.
but it's like I wasn't even fast.
All right.
I wasn't even really a
I
fast
mean,
girl.
going to the
Like,
hospital doing what you was doing, that's
I
fast.
was already 17, 16, 17 at the time. So just like when I was like 13, 14, I wasn't really doing nothing.
Oh, gotcha,
I was still playing with damn dolls until I was 13 years old. Like, I didn't even start developing until 14, 15 for real.
Gotcha.
Like, it was just like I wasn't really big on having sex or anything like that. I just wasn't interested in stuff like that until I would say I decided to start venturing out. I would say like,
What is venturing out?
you know, looking at boys. Actually,
Okay.
I would say I didn't start looking at them for real until then. Like, believe it or not, I lost my virginity before then, but I just never really interested in it.
Gotcha.
I tried it. It just wasn't that hurt. I don't like it. So it's just like I was just like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. So then eventually, I guess I would say it was like 16 around that time. Everybody was having sex.
Yeah.
Like, my generation, I wouldn't say we was a little fast, but we wasn't that fast. Like, some of us was still slow. Some of us was on some. Yeah, we fucking at fucking 12. Like, kids
12?
nowadays is wilding. Okay.
Yeah.
11, 12 years old is kids looking like me at 12, 13. Like, crazy. I don't know what the fuck they feeding these kids.
It's that chicken.
I don't know. Let's process foods, bro. So I don't eat them shits no more.
Right. So to get back into the story, your main thing was smoking weed, hanging out. That was your thing. And you wasn't used to romance or like taking out on dates. You said that wasn't your thing.
I didn't really know much about it.
So for the majority of the part, it was just like chilling.
It was just chilling. Like, I thought that was us.
Yeah.
You know, like our little romantic thing, and then we'll be
even with the previous guys you was with. That was what it was.
No, not all of them. I would say like after that relationship, maybe it took like 2 more heartbreaks to really, really get it. Like, nah, I have this standards. You gotta have this to fuck with me. You gotta do this.
Yeah.
It took a little while because I'm such a lover girl. Even to this day, like to the point where it could make me a little bit vulnerable, but I just love. That's just me.
Gotcha.
I love to be in a relationship. At least almost any guy that I thought for me, I'm obsessed. Like,
yeah.
That's just me. Like, I don't know.
What was your examples of like love? Like, how did you learn about it?
Honestly, love that I experienced didn't come from a man.
Okay.
It came from my daughter.
Okay.
Having her, I would say, was when I experienced what actual love is. And being a mom and having my own daughter finally would say, like, not saying that I didn't have standards before then, but was what really made me crack down on like who I let into my life, regardless of it being a man or a friend. Like who I let into my life, because anybody that comes into my life is going to be part of hers, regardless of the fact. What I do affects her at the end of the day.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
what about you? Your mom was a single parent?
Yeah.
So you didn't see that growing up?
It's like I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it. But my mom, like I said, she was a single mom, so she was the sole proprietor of my house.
Gotcha.
Like she was the sole provider. She was doing everything. So it's like she was there, but she wasn't there.
Gotcha.
So it's like certain things that were really important, my mom made sure she showed up. Doctor's appointment, she was there. Recitals, she was there. Anything or at least she tried to be there.
Yeah.
Because my mom worked a lot. She living in White Plains rent is not cheap. Okay, it's not cheap at all. 1 bedroom is literally $1,300.
Yeah, I know.
It's worse than
that's cheap for a city
at least
person.
From here, like it's cheap, but it's small as fuck. Like,
yeah.
You can go to Texas and rent the house for $1,300. It's big ass land. Like,
yeah.
But my mom was a very hard worker. And like
so basically you was in trial and error situations.
Yeah. So it's like that's why I had a lot of room to calculate and do a lot of stupid shit, because she was never really home. She was 9 times out of 10 she was at work, and it was just me and my brother in the house.
Gotcha.
I'm the youngest baby. I'm the youngest. My dad has like 4 or 5 kids. And it's just me and my brother, my oldest brother that lives with us.
What's your relationship with him?
My brother?
Yeah.
Or my dad?
Does he give you like the pointers, like, that boy playing you? Like,
no.
Was he that type of brother?
Actually, I don't have that type of brother. My brother's a little bit more on the flamboyant side, but you would think, because even so, they'll be able to read a nigga real fast. He never really was. My brother wasn't really he wasn't interested in the type of things that I'm interested in. Like, he was into like musicals and art and music. Like, he's a heavy Christian, very heavy Christian. So it's just like
total opposite, right?
Total opposite. And you would think it's the boy that wilded out, and it's not. It was really me.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been the black sheep of my family for a while.
How do they look at you now?
I'm still the black sheep. I'm definitely still the black sheep, but it's like I'm looked a little bit differently because I'm a mother now. So I did calm down a lot of things. I wouldn't say I was a crash out, because I never was the type of kid to like really fights and do shit like that. I probably got into like 1 or 2 fights. 3 fights my whole entire life.
Right.
Like, I've never been a fighter. Like, I don't know. I'm not really a confrontational person.
Gotcha.
But it's like, if time comes to it. But
I mean, you're like 5'9", right? You could do something, right? You could grab somebody.
That's what I'm saying. But it's just like, I've never been in a position to where
gotcha. They don't mess with you.
Like, feel me? Like I said, it's only been, oh God, okay, I can't wait for us to finish this story, because that just made me fucking remember some shit just now, but oh my God. But yeah.
All right, to get back into it, so that was mainly your relationship.
Yeah.
What was some good moments besides smoking weed and hanging out and sex and stuff like that?
Between us?
Yeah.
I would say, like, was when we weren't around all his friends and stuff.
So he'll show a different side?
Yeah, he was more vulnerable. Like, he was more, like, open to talking to me about things. We bonded I would say we did a lot of trauma bonding. Like, we did bond about things that were positive, but we bonded a lot about like, not really having our fathers in our life and stuff, being raised by our mom, by herself, and things like that. I wouldn't say, like, around that time I wasn't really going through much yet. But I would say that's the only thing that really made us, like, click for real, is that we both were raised by single parents, 2 kids in a household, 1 mom doing everything by herself. And it was just like, I don't know, he was a sweet guy. It's just, he was a Cancer too. So it's like, it was given like, all right, he's who he is without influences, but when he's around people that he cares about their opinion and how they think and stuff like that, he'll totally switch up. Like, it was giving very manipulative too.
Towards you?
Yeah, like,
okay.
He knew, like, at the time, he was older, so he knew what type of, like, influence he had over me. And what's crazy is when, around the time of our relationship, that I got taken because I was always leaving home to go see him and stuff like that. And they had me in Children's Village. And the first time I went, I was only there for like a couple of days. my mom thought she did a little scare. So she took me back. That ain't scare me enough, obviously, because I went back to that shit like 3-4 times.
Right.
And the last time, I would say I talked to this one staff, and I hope she's okay to this day, because the last time I believe she was sick. Ah, God, I forgot her name. I wish I think it was Miss D or something like that. I loved her to death. Like, I don't know, like, that's the only lady, like, who as a kid wants to really get locked up and outside of the world, you can't use your phone, nothing. But one thing I noticed is, like, a lot of the people that was there with me were doing the same thing. In my head, I looked at it like, I just want to go outside and be with my friends and shit like that.
Right.
Whole time, I'm really technically being a runaway. In the eyes of New York State, I'm technically being a runaway. So that I'm noticing is, like, I'm in my cabin, and it's like with girls, all girls, and 2 of them were pregnant.
Wow.
And I think it was me and one other girl. One of the pregnant girls got remanded to a group home. And the other girl, she was still there with me, but she had this whole conversation with us, and basically I wasn't the only girl in there that was messing with somebody older than me. Noticing a lot of runaway girls, that's what they tend to, they go for the older dude.
Why do you think that is?
And that's what I'm gonna get into.
Yeah.
When she was having this conversation or whatever, she was like, that dude that she was asking the girl, she was like, yeah, baby daddy, you think he really fuck with you? Like, he really love you or whatever? And she was like, yeah, I think so. This, that, and third. She was like, so why he encourage you to stay in school? I'm just listening, mind you. I'm eavesdropping. I don't even know what's really going on for him.
Yeah.
So it was like, he was like, oh, well, that was me thing. Like, he couldn't force me. Like, this, that, and third. Basically, she was making excuses for him. And she was like, let's really think about it. I think her baby father was like, was he 30?
And she was 17? 16? 17?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, even to this day, I think it's still, maybe not so much more now, but a lot of older niggas prey on younger girls.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't look at it as being preyed upon, like, at that time, but it's just
I used to come out of high school, and my crush used to go in the car with a dude that was mad old, drug dealer. I used to be like, God damn. Like,
at that time, you'd be like, oh, he sell weed, he got money, like, feel me? That's how you think of it. It's not even because of that, because now that I'm thinking about it, it's just like, she used to be like, well, he obviously didn't fuck with you or whatever, because ain't no way. Like, you're laying up in his house all day, not doing nothing. All y'all doing is having sex. Probably eating. He's probably feeding you once in a while. Like, feel me? Y'all not going nowhere else. Like, does he really fuck with you for real? Like, and she said this one thing to me that really stuck with me to this day. And she said, an older man goes for a younger female because they know for a fact that a female around their age wouldn't tolerate half the shit that they do. And I didn't understand that until I got older. And for some reason, that shit just stuck with me even to this day. Like, and I didn't understand that. I'm like, what? All right, cool. So, came out. He was wondering what happened to me or whatever. I'm going on my socials and shit like that, checking my phone. He's blowing up my phone. Like, what happened? This, that, and third. I guess the only reason he found out was because one of my good friends to this day, I'll call her Jay. She was there for my birth and everything. We don't talk as much, but she knows for a fact she can hit me up anytime. Yeah. But she was fake there during my relationship with Joshua. And, like, I guess my mom reached out to her and told her, like, yeah, she's delivering whatever, she's going through whatever. And she told him. And I was like, nigga, I got booked fucking with you. Like, I'm ready to go see you and shit. Like, that's really what happened. And it's like, he acted like he cared, but it's like, he didn't really give a fuck.
How did he show, like, what was, like, oh, damn, that's fucked up. Like,
yeah.
That?
Oh, when are you going to come see me?
Damn.
Right after that, I was like, wow, when am I going to come see you? Bitch, when are you going to fucking come see me? Me going the full way to fucking Harlem? I'm fucking getting in trouble and shit. Like, I don't got time for that. Like, they already told me I keep fucking up. I'm getting shipped upstate, nigga. And so said, so done. Like, so I would say, all right, after that, later in the relationship. So that was the first time I got locked up. After that, I kind of started looking at things different. We started hanging out with his friends more or whatever. And me and the Taurus twin, I would say, he was talking to one of my other friends, also named Jay. They were good. To this day, I think they even still fuck with each other. It's so much infidelity going on, but even to this day, she doesn't have a kid and all that on him. Like,
really?
Yeah, have a baby father that she lived with and everything. And to this day, like, the baby father that met him, like, it's so messy. Like, but they to this day, like, I don't know, they just love. It's a Scorpio and a Taurus thing. Like, they just love each other. Like, I don't know, they just can, and they never been a boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, they never had that title. They just always did them. Like, and the second time around, they clicked great. Me and Joshua were still together or whatever. I would say it's around the summertime. Around that time, I met one of his newer friends. His name was Kay. He was ugly. He had a big ass mole in the back of his ear. Like, he was mad ugly. Like, I don't know, ew. But he around that time, that's when they was all telling me about these few girls that they knew from Brooklyn. Well, I think 2 of them was from East New York. Yeah, a lot of them was from East New York. Gotcha. And, like, probably 2 of them was from Crown Heights. That's where I'm from, Crown Heights. I would say they was telling me about them, me and Jay about them or whatever. Kay at the time, he was working in a bar. But he was, like, the person to close and open. So, like, they'll call him and, yo, come clean it up or whatever. He'll stay there overnight. So he'll basically have the whole bar to himself. Oh, so he's
telling people to come through.
So one day he was like, yo, y'all want to go to my job? Like, we out. Like, I got to work anyway. Like, let's go. I have that shit to myself. So first time it was just me, my friend Jay, Joshua, and his friend. Call him R. So we go or whatever. And it's vibey. It's bad liquor. Like, it's just so much liquor. Like, I didn't even fucking know what to do with myself. It was just so much fucking liquor. And at the time, I wasn't really a drinker, but I haven't seen so much liquor in my life. I just came out of Children's Village. I'm trying to get lit. Like, let's go. So I'm drinking. I'm exploring shit that I ain't never even drank before. Shit's nasty. It's like, you could tell it was a white area.
Right.
So it was like, I think it was like, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't so far downtown, but it had to be like, I think it was off the F train, so it had to be Lower East Side.
Got you.
So we're in the bar or whatever. It's just me, RK, Jay. We all chilling. Jay and R, they duck off. They ain't gonna be nasty. Do what the fuck they do or whatever. Then me and Joshua, we just chilling in the booth or whatever, drinking, talking. We ended up ducking off, doing what we do. Come back upstairs. Them 2 niggas was still downstairs. Like, what the fuck are y'all really doing, making a baby?
Right.
What the fuck? So we leave or whatever. Cool. Then they told her, next time we link up, I would say a couple weeks later. Next time we link up, then they're like, oh, well, we invited those girls from Brooklyn or whatever. Okay. Me and my friend is like, all right, let's go. Like, at that time, I didn't know much about, how do I say it? I wanted to be friends with everybody then. Like,
friendly.
I was very, very, very friendly.
Gotcha.
Like, I liked having girls around me. That's just the type of person I was. So we go. They meet up with us or whatever. And at first they were cool. To me, at least. But they're just what they weren't me and Jay Speed. Like, technically, we're Westchester girls. They're from Brooklyn. It was just giving very much.
It was rowdy.
Yeah. Like,
it was ghetto.
Oh. Yeah. One of them was definitely the loud. It was like 2 of them that were the loudest ones. Yeah. Like, you could tell those are the 2 that always be in beef. They always be in mix up. And then there was another one with glasses that was pretty much quiet. But I don't know. I know one of them, it was me, his Puerto Rican snobby ass friend. And it was like 4 of them. 3 of them, 4 of them. Yeah, about that. 3 of them were like, 2 of them were like some super Spanish bitches. One was bigger, the other one was like a short, small one, and the other one I think she was like Guyanese. Gotcha. So like, but she was darker skinned, but she had a big old butt. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I'm thinking about it like, bitch. I ended up fighting every single one of them.
You had a fight?
I fought. Me and my friend
For what?
fought. Gonna get there. We're getting there right now. So we go right. All right. The second time we come, we go whatever. I guess the bar was open late. People were still there. We waiting to see if niggas is leaving. They end up leaving. We left.
Mm-hmm.
Another week go by. Then we all link up again. We all link up. We go to the bar. We drinking. Everything was a vibe, mind you. It's only like it's me and them 4 girls.
Yeah.
They brought another friend with them, some skinny toothpick dark skin girl with glasses.
So it's 5 of them now.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Got it.
And only 2 of me.
Gotcha.
So, and the guys. So it's me, his friends. I think it's like maybe 4 guys. KR, Joshua was there.
That's a lot of people. God damn.
And his snobby Puerto Rican friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always call him that. Somebody snobby ass nigga. Like,
yeah.
But him, he was there. So it was them. I guess one of them was already paired up. The short Spanish one and this other Spanish one. They were paired up. Or whatever. J and R were already talking, so they already knew what was going on, but they didn't make it so hot. They was on some like, oh, we don't need nobody to know. So it was between me and Joshua that really knew what was going on between them. So we there or whatever. We have music on the speaker blasting. Everything's a vibe. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a vibe at first until K decided he was big man, big money. And he said, yo, I got money for any bitch that take their pants off and start shaking that shit. I'm like, me and my friend look at each other like, I'm not doing that shit. Right. Like, so I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, we at the bar drinking. They start shaking ass or whatever. The man is looking. He's throwing money. I'm like they strip. I'm not gonna lie. Them bitches had to at least walk out with $100 each in their fucking hand. Every single one of them that participated or whatever. Yeah. So mind you, but that's what tells you the difference. Me and my other friend is literally sitting on the sidelines. I think one of their other friends was sitting on the sidelines too, but she was on some like egging them on, like supporting them type thing. Yeah. And we were just sitting there like drinking. We wasn't saying nothing or whatever. Mind you, the whole night we said nothing. Gotcha. The only thing we said that came out of our mouths after I think they walked them to the train or whatever, and we was waiting for them to get on, and then we left because we didn't want to travel with them. Gotcha. Or whatever. Yeah. I'm guessing it's because they wanted to talk about them, which is what they did. So they dropped them off first. They went to go get food, and then they left. The only thing me and my friend said was like, as females, that's just not something we would do. Hence why we were sitting on the sideline. Right. The men had the most to say. Oh, I smelled a little something when they took their pants off. Oh, yeah, those bitches is wilding over a little piece of change. It's out there. Like, they was going crazy on them bitches. At that time, J and R, they were faking some complicated thing. They had another friend that we used to all go to chill at his house. He had his own crib at the time, but he was like the oldest one out of all of us. I mean, he was like pushing 30 at the time. Mm-hmm. So, but J and R had their own little complicated thing. So she was fucking with that nigga that had his own crib and R. But R didn't really give a fuck because like, that's not my bitch, so I don't care. But the other nigga, he was just like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, even to this day, like he was always crazy, but it's like now he's on some Jesus coming to get you type thing. Like, damn, nigga, he's drawing shit of like the end of the world is coming. Like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but like that's neither here nor there. But we used to all chill there, smoke, get high or whatever, and they was talking mad shit about them. And that same night that they was talking about them when we went back to that boy's house, I guess he was mad at Jay because Jay basically told him like, bro, I don't really want to fuck with you like that. Like, I guess he was trying to move too fast, trying to get her to move in with him and all this extra shit. Like, bro, we only did something one time. Like, feel me? I'm not really on that. Like, feel me? He wasn't jacking it. So he decided to be petty. And he went to the same, I guess he knew the females that we were talking about, had all of them on social media, and put them in a group chat and said we was all talking shit about, basically us. Saying me and Jay was talking shit about them. The time, like, for me. So, next thing you know, we with the snobby Spanish friend, we walking in Central Park. And we walking around, we smoking, getting high or whatever. And, his Spanish friend came up to us and he was like, yo, like, I don't really want to say nothing, but why these bitches on live talking shit crazy? I like, basically, he's the one that told us that they had a problem with us. Basically saying that, I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, basically, they were on Facebook Live. They went on Facebook Live. They started going mad crazy, talking mad shit about us. Imagine, we didn't even know these bitches like that. We only met them like 2 times. So, they talking crazy or whatever. And we fucking, at that time, my friend, she was more of the rowdy one. I would say, like, I wouldn't say rowdy because neither one of us are rowdy, but she was the one that you bring that energy to her, she's gonna bring it back to you.
Gotcha.
So they go on live or whatever. At the time, we was all on my ex's on Joshua's phone at the time, so we typing through his phone, we going crazy, like we typing or whatever, and so we decided to join the live. They going crazy. They bombing us. Like, they going crazy. I'm like, bro, bitch, we don't even know y'all. Like, what the fuck? You can't even tag us on Facebook. You can't say nothing because y'all don't know who we are. Like, y'all just met us. Like, how you believe in a nigga that's a hater? He's mad because he's not getting no pussy from that shorty go no more. Like, that's really why he egged it on. So they started going crazy. They started talking bad talk. I don't know. They said something, but my friend, I really feel like to this day, and I love her, she's definitely the one I got us in that fucking fight for a fact. Because me personally, like, I'm the type of person, like, alright, cool, we can argue and shit like that, bitch, but when I see you, I'm not gonna go looking for you. I'm not gonna pick a fight with you. When I see you, though. Like, feel me? She, like, I don't know what the fuck she said to them bitches. I don't know what they was on some, meet us at Harlem tomorrow. We coming to fight. I'm like, okay. All right, cool.
You didn't back down nothing?
No, because I know for a fact I didn't say anything, but y'all talking tough now, get your ass beat.
Gotcha.
Like, feel me?
Right.
So, a couple days, I think it was a day. Did we stay in Harlem? No, we didn't. We went back to White Plains that night. Went to go change our clothes. We slept, woke up. It's crazy because we said nothing to each other that day. Like, all we did was wake up. We looked at each other. We already knew what time it was. We went to go. We showered, got dressed. I had my hair. I put my hair in 2 big ass doofy braids. I think I had a scarf on. I was wearing like, I was wearing like a blue athletic shirt and leggings, sneakers. I was ready. Like, I was ready.
And then Joshua knew about this too? He met y'all there?
Yeah, because they wanted to meet us on his block.
Oh wow! All right.
So we met on his block or whatever. We got there first. My other Jay, which is Spanish Jay. She was already in Harlem with her 2 other friends. They went to Applebee's or whatever. And I'm telling them, like, yo, so why these bitches want to fight me or whatever? And she's like, oh, I'm at the time, this is when Applebee's was on 125th. But they shut that shit down. She's like, oh, I'm coming right now.
Yeah.
So they came, they walked all the way over there. The Spanish Jay was mad drunk. She didn't even know what was going on. It was her. I can say her name. She don't get it. It was her and Star. And they came and their other dark-skinned friend. They came. So we was waiting there for mad long. I'm guessing they coming from Brooklyn, so it took them a little minute to get all the way uptown. So we was waiting for mad long. We was waiting. We thinking they baiting. Feel me? So we just standing there. We standing there. Next, we look at the corner. It's them and mad niggas. I'm like, what? Who the fuck? Where are you? Who are y'all? So I'm guessing they dapped them. I guess Joshua and them. I guess they knew them or whatever. They from Harlem or whatever. And I guess they seen them. They didn't even know them. I guess they seen them. Like, you know how when you looking at somebody and like somebody passed, you could tell like they up to something.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they looked at them and stopped and was like, yo, what y'all about to go do? And they was like, oh, we about to go fight these bitches around the corner. He was like, word? And I guess they followed behind them.
Yeah.
All I see was flashes, cameras is out. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, who are these niggas? So they come up or whatever. K, he tried to get in the middle of it because he's basically trying to be like, bro, y'all basically just like got 48 to come here. Like, this was all planned. Niggas wanted this to happen. Like, it's not none of that. They didn't say anything. So he tried to talk to the dark skinned one. All I see is the little one go around him and she tried to pop on my mans. So automatically she swing left, I swing right. Like, feel me? That it go crazy. I end up fighting the big dark skinned one or whatever. I don't know how my friend ended up fighting 2 of them. Star ended up getting involved because she seemed like it was literally 3 bitches and 2 of us. So she ended up getting involved. My other friend is just drunk, just looking to see what the fuck is happening. Like, it was crazy. I know for a fact I didn't lose that fight, though. I didn't lose that fight. Yeah. I can't. Right. That video went viral.
If she lost this fight, write in the comments that Ayanah lost the fight and details how she lost the fight. Thank you.
Bro, I wish, because that video had like 1K likes on Facebook. Like,
it was a video?
Yes.
It's still up?
No, I can't find it to this day. Like, it's to the point where people in White Plains even fucking was starting to see it and knew about it. Like, what the fuck? What happened to that bro? Like, to this day, I could go on 118th and Park Gate.
They gonna know who you are?
They gonna know who I am.
I gotta go to 118
Thinking
for Park
enough.
and ask.
They gonna, oh,
I'm
you
like,
them
you seen
bitches
this
that
girl?
beat those bitches up with your friend out there? Yeah, nigga. Year 2018, nigga. Ask about it. Fuck you mean? That whole big ass bro was me. Like, nah, bro. Like,
And
it
so
was
after this,
crazy.
what happens between your relationship? So
That
was
proved to me a
Joshua messing
lot.
with one of the girls?
No, I don't believe. At least not to my knowledge. To my understanding, they all was. I think they all had a mutual agreement that they really never really looked.
Gotcha. All right.
So, to my knowledge, I
Yeah.
can't tell you if he probably did. He probably did try to get at them, and they just wasn't jacking it. But honestly, I don't think those are the type of bitches.
Got it. So what happens after this? Like, does he come to your side?
Nope.
What?
After that, it was crazy. So it's me. After, all right, because at the end of the day, like I said, my friend was more so the one with the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So they were more so on her than they were on me.
Got you.
So like they tried to jump her and all of that. Like it was crazy. So fight over. We walking. We just walking. We trying to cut or whatever. We walking. They still trying to follow. Still trying to fight. Next thing you know, I see a bottle get picked up. I said and get thrown. Missed me. So I'm like, I'm not playing with you bitches now. So I pull out a taser. I said, one of y'all come close to me, it's gonna be up and lit for all y'all. Like, it's gonna be lit. Why Joshua walked away with them?
Oh.
We walked straight, they turned the corner, he walking with them. I'm like, word? Alright. So I'm not gonna lie, I think one of the bitches caught me in my nose, but I have bad sinuses. Even if I hit myself in my nose, I'm gonna start bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's just like they thought they had one. But we ended up walking by the water. I have mad adrenaline. I'm mad. Like, cause what the fuck did I really fight y'all for real? He say, she say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was crazy. Then go by the water or whatever. We sitting there for mad long. We sat there until the sun come up. We
Oh, you hitting Joshua up? Like, where he at?
Yeah, like, where are you? Like, I'm like, you really walked away with them? Like, what the fuck? You're mad weird. Like, but that already told me a lot. That definitely told me a lot. So it was just like, I went home or whatever, told my mom what happened. And she was like, that's what you get.
Basically.
Listen, that's what you get. Because who the fuck told you to go over there? Nobody at all. But it's just like, I looked at him totally different after that day. And then we get into our own thing or whatever later down in the relationship. I would say I faded from him first.
Mm-hmm.
When I really seen what type of person he is. Like, it's just giving you a people pleaser. And then even his own friends was coming back telling me stuff about them that they didn't like. Like, he was stealing from his own family. Like, he was going crazy. He was just doing a lot of shit that I just wasn't liking. And then being as though I'm always going to see him or whatever, I'm on probation. I keep getting reprimanded for going to see him and stuff like that. And
he had no cares about what happened to you.
Nope.
You should have known, but you young.
Yeah, I didn't really care about that.
Where does it go downhill? Like, what was it?
I would say that's one of the reasons I wanted to go downhill, because it's just like, you didn't defend me.
Right.
You was just not doing anything. Like, you didn't try to see if I was okay. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not expecting you to get into female shit.
Right.
But, nigga, you didn't even make sure I was okay. You didn't call me, make sure I was safe. You walked away with them. Like,
right.
What the fuck? Like, and it's not like you walked away with them trying to see what was going on, see if they was okay, and then you'd be like, yo, where you at? I'm gonna come meet you, or whatever, and then try to explain yourself. He didn't do anything. Like, I didn't hear from him until like a day or two later.
Oh, wow.
So
he didn't really fuck with you like that.
Yeah, he didn't.
What was the next thing that happened?
I was
like, I can't do this no more.
Me and R.
You
know how we was really close.
All right.
Talking or whatever, he's basically telling me, like, he's putting me on, like, he was like, you my Taurus twin, I fuck with you. Like, that man don't really fuck with you. Like, he always talking about you, like, always saying something. And, like, he was just talking, I don't know, mad fuckery. But then in my face, he's like, oh, I love you. Oh, this, that. Like, it was mad manipulative.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I don't know. And we started fading. I would say I went a year, no contact. About a year. A couple of months a year. But we was on some, like, on and off shit, though. Sometimes I'll hit him up and be like, hey, you okay? And probably go see him. Like, me personally, like, when it comes to, like, when I feel like I'm about to break up, not even break up with you, but if I feel like the relationship's not going anywhere, I'm going to start putting you into label.
Yeah.
how I fuck with you. Like, I don't know. I've been doing that since I was younger. Like, you show me your face, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just fuck with you in this way. Like, so it was like at a point where it's just like, now I just want to fuck. Anytime I just want to get my note off, I'm gonna call you and I'm going home. I'm not gonna wait for you to kick me out. I'm not gonna wait for you to say anything. I'm gonna get my note off and I'm getting dressed to go home.
That's
Where
how
you going?
Yeah.
Home. My Uber's outside. Like the fuck.
Like a nigga, damn.
Yeah, I'm really my daddy's daughter, so.
Yeah.
But,
and it became that with him.
Yeah. And like I guess we say he had another friend group. My other friends started fucking with his friends, and my last straw was when I would say my ex-girlfriend. I would say that's the first girl I ever was curious with. We did anything with or whatever. He started, I guess, fucking with his friend, and he was gentleman enough because at the time I think I was around 19.
All right.
I think 19. I was around 19. I just came home, fresh home from upstate.
Dang.
Yeah, because I got reprimanded after that. Because, you know, even besides of me stop fucking with Joshua, I still was doing my own thing. I was still outside. I was being a kid, living life. That's how I'm looking at it. But, you know, after the fourth time of me going to Children's Village, they reprimanded me. They said, they was like, oh, we don't think you should be, that you can be in this community and not get yourself in trouble, so we're going to send you. They sent me to something called St. Anne's in Albany.
Yeah.
It was an all-girls residential. So I was there from February 2019 up until November 2019.
Oh, wow.
But that's because I AWOL'd.
Yeah.
AWOL'd like 3 times. And the last
AWOL is, she ran away.
3 times the charm. But it's just like, I was really willing to stay. I'm not going to lie, to this day, I kind of regret not staying because they would have helped me with a lot.
Yeah.
They definitely would have gave me a lot of services. Even to this day, I get free healthcare until I'm 26. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Like, so it's like, it was good for me, but in that moment, I didn't think about it that way. But at the same time, it was like, I was becoming one of the older girls in the unit. I had my 18th birthday there. A lot of the girls that were my age, hence where I met my ex-girlfriend, they all left, or they AWOL'd, or they got sent home. Some of them signed themselves out because they were 18.
Yeah.
But I would say they started filling up the units with, like, say for instance, because the unit I was on was like more of an independent living unit. Like there was rules and structure. Like a lot of things were locked. Like a lot of staff had to unlock stuff. You couldn't have certain things in your room and things like that. But compared to other units, like other units was more on some lockdown shit. Like you have to line up they have to do a head count every single time you move from a room. They got like they check in everything. They're on it. Like, but we was more some freely, and a lot of the girls that were older or whatever was on a unit. It was like 2 of them. Reese, I think it was called Reese, and the other one was Genesis. I was on Reese. And so they were starting to replace the other girls, like and stuff like that. I know for a fact I ended up becoming one of the older ones.
Gotcha.
Actually, the only 18-year-old with a fucking unit full of 15-year-old bitches. Like, what the fuck?
That's not cool.
And it's just like, I guess they try to do what I was doing or whatever. Because, you know, I can't say I was the most well-behaved. Because I would have my moments where it's just like, I don't feel like getting up. I don't want to go to school. Fuck you. I'm staying in my room. We'll get a punishment for that, obviously. We couldn't do shit or whatever. Like, but they were trying to, I don't know, I guess they were trying to say, like, I was influencing them. But it's like, at that point, I'm just like, bro, who the fuck am I to be somebody fucking role model? Like, why are you following yourself behind me?
Got all kids, but they gonna get the oldest one.
It's just like, I tried to see if they could switch me to the other unit with other girls that I knew that were my age. I felt like I would have been more comfortable there. I tried to do it twice. They just wasn't jacking it. I just kept complaining. For like 2 months straight, they wasn't listening.
Why you didn't sign yourself out?
Because I was a PINS case.
Gotcha.
PINS case is a little bit different. They don't allow you to sign yourself out at 18. So hence why I AWOL'd.
Gotcha.
Left. How I ended up back downstate, I kind of don't remember. I just know that's when Meet Me became a fucking bro. I'm not gonna lie, I can't get back on this app to this day. I'm not gonna lie, I met a lot of niggas with on that shit with a lot of money. I definitely did. And it's crazy because I met somebody on that shit because at that time you couldn't really have phones. Like If you earned it, you was able to have your phone on the unit, but they still would take your phone after. So
you was on a computer doing it.
No, I took my phone back.
Got it.
But even when I was on my home visits or when my mom used to come upstate to come see me, I would have my phone and stuff like that. So I was meeting people. And there was this one, like 2 people I met. One was a straight Dominican dude that came straight from DR. So he was the only person I knew that had somewhere to stay. So as soon as I dipped off, I went to the closest Dunkin' Donuts. Because remember, after a while, like I lived there for a couple months. I started recognizing certain things where I was going. So I went to the closest Dunkin' Donuts, and I sat there and I was plotting for the whole time. So I was with the Dominican dude. I stayed with him for a couple of hours. Then I hit one of my friends that went to school there, but she wasn't a resident there. She just went to the school part. And I was stayed there for a couple of hours. She lived downstairs from a chicken spot, so he was downstairs. So I was like, he was like, watch this. I'm about to get myself out of the situation. So I'm going on me. I'm typing. I meet some guy, black dude with glasses, some nerdy dude. So, some nerdy nigga with glasses. But I was honest with him though. I told him, listen, I just left where I was from. I'm just trying to get home. Feel me? I just need a couple of days. Like I need to rest my head somewhere. Like pulled up with me in his car. He took me to his. I think he paid for a hotel.
Gotcha.
I stayed with him. Weed, liquor, pills, anything I wanted. He was giving it to me.
You a wild person, man. What the hell?
E-pills is never really my thing though. Like I would say it never really became my thing until I started venturing it.
Gotcha.
Once I got into sex work, it became a drug of choice. Because it became, you stay up.
Gotcha.
I'm focused, I'm staying up. That's really what it was for. It wasn't for like to get high. Like I don't know. It's just never been something. Even to this day, it's never something I really.
Got it.
And I would smoke weed all day.
Got it. We're limited on time, so we gotta.
Okay, but yeah, so met him or whatever. He gave me money or whatever. Got back down to New York. I got back in contact with Joshua.
Why?
I don't know.
That was your guy. All right.
At that point, he was like anytime, like anything I wanted. He was like I don't know. He was the first for everything. So I felt more comfortable texting for anything or whatever. Gotcha. So as soon as I came back, this is when I was already fresh out or whatever. Went to go see him with my ex-girlfriend, but this is around the winter time now. So this is like February. February 2020.
Got it.
So we go see him. I met his new friend, my ex-girlfriend and him. They start talking or whatever. He's the only one. I think it was late at night when we left. So he walked us to the train. But before we went to the train, we went to the pier. We stopped. We smoked, chopped it up or whatever. It was by water. And he was the only one that walked us home. So I guess Joshua was texting me. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" This, that, and third. I'm like, "Oh, I'm smoking right now at the pier, and then I'm about to go home." I guess I didn't text him when I got home or whatever. And next thing you know, I wake up. This nigga texting me like, "Oh, you and your friend is both dirty. How y'all fuck my mans at the pier? This, that, and the third." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" So then we call his friend. We're like, "Bro, why this nigga just texting and talking about something? We fucked you at the pier and all of that. All of a sudden, we did shit with you." He was like, "Bro, what? Like, what are you talking about?" So I think it was like 2 days later, all of us link up or whatever. I'm guessing, my ex-girlfriend and him, they were already together. And I met up with them when I came back to Harlem. And, like, we ran down to him. Like, we tried to hide behind his mother. Like, mind you, we wasn't even trying to fight him, nothing. Like, we trying to be like, "Yo, bro, what's up with you?" Like, we honestly was walking to his block with some regular shit. He ran into us.
That's just Joshua.
Yeah, like, he ran into us. Like, he was so shook. Mind you, he was like, "Bro, you're really pussy." Like, the nigga was asking you a question. You think the nigga, like, trying to fight. And you hiding behind your mom. Your mother got a cane at the time. Like, she crippled. Like, what the fuck you... It was just like, after that, it was just like, that was my last straw for him. It's like, you assumed I did something with your friend. Like, at least he fucking walked me to the train, nigga, not even you. Like, it was just like, after that, I just cut off all access. I ended up having a baby.
Not by Joshua?
No.
I'm like, all right. Does he reach out now?
He tried to. And he said something so disrespectful. The nigga tried to say my baby looked like him. I was like, "Are you okay? Like, are you cool?" He thought it was like, "No, I was just joking." I didn't find that funny.
Yeah.
I didn't find that funny at all.
So how do you look at him now?
He's good to know that he's still a bum. Nah, but how I look at him now, I just honestly I hope for the best for him. And at the time, like I said, I was like 16, 17, finding out. Now, like, I was just hearing mad shit after the relationship, and then, like, guess he has a thing for young girls. Because he's older than me. So if I'm 23 now, he's pushing 30. So he got to be like 26,
29,
27, right? 28 probably.
Yeah.
By now. So it's just like his last girlfriend was 16. So I was like, I understand me. Like, you were 21, 22. Like, feel me? It's still not right, but that's closer in age. Like, nigga, you're older. Like, now I'm 23. You're damn near pushing 30 now. You're dating a 16-year-old. Like,
throw him in jail.
Like, go away and lock the key. Like,
what would you say is your biggest lesson learned from all this?
Take my time.
Take your time. Take
my time with relationships and really get to know somebody. Even after that, I had a habit of rushing my relationships. And it didn't really always turn out well. So I would say now, I started that, or I'm learning to. Like I say now with the guy that I'm talking to now, a little bit, because I found myself trying to rush with him too, and he had to be like, "Whoa, slow down, partner. Yeah. Wait, like, feel me?
What you in a rush for?"
I don't think it's more of a rushing thing. I would say more of a, I want to know what I'm doing. Like, because, a lot of guys nowadays, they don't like commitment, or they're on some, oh, we could fuck, chill, vibe, and have a label and stuff like that. Things like knowing how I love and how strong my feelings could get for somebody, especially if you're the only person I'm being intimate with and stuff like that. I need to know what I'm doing. Like,
gotcha.
Am I your girlfriend? Or are we just fucking right now? Like, are we fucking right now? Is it gonna turn into something? Like, I just want to know. Like, I want to know what your intentions is.
Gotcha.
So it wouldn't even be more so of a rushing thing. It's like, I just want to know if I'm your bitch or not. Like, that's it.
In this situation, how was you able to like get a heal from him, like heal from Joshua, or get back to yourself? Because you was infatuated with him.
Oh yeah.
So losing him, you probably lost yourself. So what was your ways of healing?
I'm not gonna lie, I gained bad depression after being with him. I was super depressed, and it wasn't even because of him. Like, everybody thought that was around me was because I broke up with him. It really wasn't him. Like, I would say it was more so like a me thing. I was mad at myself because I knew I could have did better. At least now that, like, when I got older and stuff, and like, because obviously that wisened me up. I was young, but I wisened up quick after that. So it's just like I had a depressive state, and it's just like I did do therapy. I went to therapy, and I honestly had to focus on me. I did more of a lot of self-evaluating and a lot of, like, trying to find out who I am.
Gotcha.
I would say to this day, I still struggle with it a little bit, but I'm working on it.
Oh, yes. All you can do.
Find my self-worth. That was what helped me a lot.
Okay. Somebody going through a heartbreak or breakup, what's some advice you would give them?
Heartbreak or breakup. Biggest advice. Ooh, I'm horrible because I'm quick to say fuck that nigga. I'm quick to say that, but I would say definitely just use that time to work on you and focus on you. Find out what you like. Find your pros and cons. What's something that you know from a fact moving forward that you wouldn't tolerate. But try not to beat up the next person.
Gotcha.
Because that's something I used to think everybody used to be like that. And I turned away. I think I turned away a lot of good people that could have potentially been a good relationship because of my anxiety. Definitely that. Try not to, obviously, move smart and take your time. That's why it's heavy on taking your time. Because relationships are not built overnight. Because you might rush into a relationship, next thing you know, you don't even like how the nigga eat. Like, you feel me? You might not, he probably pick his nose. You don't even like that shit. But take your time. Like, even you don't even gotta rush into sex sometimes. Like, because sometimes people have a habit of doing that, and that's how relationships get rushed.
And it's built off of lust, and not love. Last but not least, the song you like to dedicate to Joshua.
The song. That's fuck. I don't know if it's an Ariana Grande song. Is it?
What is it?
I think it's called X for a Reason.
Ariana Grande? But the name of it is X for a reason?
Yeah, I believe. I
I'll
want to
find
look
it.
it up, but it's so
Yeah.
unprofessional for me to be
If
finding it
not,
right
just
now.
send it to me after.
I definitely will. I'll
Yes.
find it. I'll promise you I'll probably get it once I leave from
Yes.
here.
And
Like,
in
oh
these
shit, I
few
found
minutes,
it.
I want you to explain how is it hard to date while being a sex worker?
Automatically, you're looked at as a check, or
I think,
you're automatically looked at as you don't respect yourself.
okay.
To be more broad about it, a sex worker isn't just an escort.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than somebody that's just a prostitute. You got cam girls, you got phone sex girls,
Mm-hmm.
girls on Twitter, actual streetwalkers,
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans girls. All of that, dancers even, all of that is a sex worker.
Yeah.
I forgot what the phobia was. I seen that the other day, but it's a phobia, and it's called when you're in denial
Mm-hmm.
of being a sex worker, even though you know what you do.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of girls like that. But it's just like a lot of the guys, they don't like that. To be honest, some guys can deal with it.
Do you tell a man up front?
Huh?
When you first meet a guy, you tell him up front what it is?
I used to.
What do you do now?
I ease my way into it now.
Okay.
Because I want that person to get to know me
Yeah.
first before then they just know me. Like,
So you tell them I don't have IG.
No. I tell them I have Instagram.
So if they click the link,
some people go and click the link. You feel me? You click the link in the bio. That's all you go find out what you want to find out. Some people click the link. Some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people I'm honest and open about. Like I'll always quickly tell somebody I do content.
Yeah.
I'm honest about that.
Got you.
I'm not a content creator where I go around collabing with people and like fucking anybody now, because a lot of no shame in the game. Like, feel me? Some girls do that just to get a quick check or have a video to put in their OnlyFans. I don't do that.
Yeah. Any
videos I have are from past relationships,
gotcha.
exes, or even a situation somebody I was just having sex with. I don't. Some people are different, but dating and doing that at the same time is like some guys are uncomfortable by it. Some guys are just like, well, your body is all out there. Things you do is all out there. So you're automatically looked and judged as you don't give a fuck about yourself. You don't respect your body or things like that. Me personally, it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Right.
So it's like, on the open end, you wouldn't really, if you didn't see me on Instagram, you wouldn't even know I did anything.
Right.
Because I don't act like that. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm more than just what I've done.
Gotcha.
For money.
Yeah.
Like, and my body made a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of stuff that I don't do anymore. But being as though my past is my past, I'm going to always get judged for it, or it's going to end up getting brought up again. But it's like, that and dating is like, some men are okay with it, but they'll be okay with it, but then next thing you know, they have a handout.
Gotcha.
So it's like, oh, I know my babe got it. She make fast money. She a dancer. She can go to the club right now and make more than that. Like, for me, some niggas look at it like that, and then we have the niggas like are anti-sex worker, and they just be like, oh, I can't be with a bitch like that. This, that, and third.
I can see that.
And it's just like, I understand both ways.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, me personally, it's just like, I even plan being a dancer and being a content creator and stuff like that. It's not something I plan to do on the rest of my life.
Right.
Because I do have a daughter. So I am trying to shut it down now while she's just 3 years old, and then she won't even got to hear about it, didn't even know about it by the time she's, feel me? So it's just, I'm just using it to put myself in a certain position. Some people are using it and they have nothing to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, you just got to be with who's okay with you. And I mean, personally, when you're in the sex worker field and you plan on dating, just try to relax on it a little bit. Like, even, I wouldn't say, because some people are addicted to it. Honestly, fast money becomes very addicting. So it's like, that's,
all around,
be careful who you date, because some people just have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And it's hard to determine who's really here for you and here to actually love you and take you out of that. Because me personally, any real nigga, if they meet somebody that's in that field, they're going to try their best to give you something else. Because me personally, I don't mind stopping anything I'm doing to actually take a relationship serious and do what I want to do. But are you gonna teach me something? Like, are you gonna put me onto a wave? Like, for me, I don't care about that. It's just, what are you gonna do for me too? Because I know what I got to offer. Besides the fact of what I do, like, I cook, clean, do everything else. Like, I could do what a wife does. Anybody could do that. But it's just like, what can you offer me? What can you do?
I feel you on that. Well, hopefully this guy shows you the way.
So far, so good.
All right, cool.
So far, so good. Like he's so jealous though. Like he's such a.
Oh, that's
He's He's not jealous. I would say jealous. He's very selfish.
Got you.
He don't want nobody to see nothing. He be on it. Even when I go dance, he be on it. He be like, "You better come back at $1,000 a week." These niggas is talking about like,
right.
I mean, but he don't be caring about that. He don't ask me for no money, no nothing. It's just like past relationship. I had a lot of niggas that used to ask me for bread and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But thank you, Ayanah.
You're welcome.
And that's been Views of an Ex.
Thank you for having me.
Wait, before you go, where can people find you?
Mrs. DTN on Instagram.
Mrs. DT who?
Yes, Mrs. DTN. Don't trust these niggas.
Got you on Instagram.
Yes.
Well, thank you again, and that's been Views of an Ex. We did it.
Yeah, I was so nervous, but then it just started flowing.
It's like a conversation.
Yeah.